We knew Jim from golfing, as you can see by my cup. But I knew his wife and I, and when we saw this house, I texted and asked, where do you live? Because I remember visiting them at their house. And I said, do you live anywhere close to 47 Tribling? And she said, yes, actually we're at 80. I go, oh, we just put an offer on a house. She goes, okay, good. And we found this house and we walked inside the door. My first reaction was, I love the foyer. The colors weren't my liking, but I looked beyond that. And I had a vision of the way I wanted the house to look like. And I'm sitting in the house that I like right now. To me, the sunshine in the house and the way we designed the kitchen is very accommodating. It's very homey. To me, a kitchen is the heart of the house.
This house was our second large renovation. So we learned from our first renovation, and that was the first conversation I had with Jim, was about the scope of the project, how long it would take, because we did have a timeline, how he managed budgets, and my experience with managing budgets, or rather the inability to stay within a budget and to get the correct information about what would be necessary. So that was one of the things we liked about working with Jim, is that you heard things that you needed to hear that you didn't necessarily want to hear. But in the end, it works out better when you're trying to manage the money and the time.
The original design was, the kitchen was from where my countertop is. This was all open, so we decided that we needed storage space. I've got lots of cupboard space, so I can't complain. The other thing that I like about my house is the bar that we have in the other room, which is excellent. We're a very social couple, so we like to entertain a lot. And I think the house design is geared to that. This is our wine bar that we love. It's nicely put together. It's a nice open space. This was the first thing that we actually put together when we had finished the renovations. So you can tell how important that was to us. This was closed, so we did make the opening in here, so that way our traffic flow can go around in the house.
Jim worked well. We had a designer for the original design of the house, for the selection of the colors. So he works well with the designer. He keeps the designer within scope and on track, and within budget. Good selection of trades. People are reliable. They show up when they say they'll show up. They do the work they say they'll do within the time they say they'll do it. They clean up after themselves, which, as I found out from our first renovation, is not necessarily part of the quote that you'll get. And it's something that for people, if you've never done a renovation, it's something you should really think about asking, because you'll find you're doing a lot of cleaning up, or you're paying somebody else to do it.
My husband and I, we both like to cook, so when we were designing and talking about what we wanted in our kitchen, we both wanted a double oven, which I love, and then it was suggested that we put the microwave in the counter, which is nice. The other feature that I like is our 6-burner stove. Also, I want to mention about the floor. It's not wood, it's ceramic. And it's excellent. It's warmer than the regular ceramic. You can walk around with it with your bare foot and still feel warm instead of cold, whereas the other ceramics are very cold to the foot. So
we worked. Jim also works well with other contractors. Somerset Kitchens did the kitchen. They provided the design and the original vision, but you need to be able to work together, because you've got different trades in the house at different times, and again, you're working towards a deadline.
He's very honest, tells you straightforward. There's no guessing game. This is what it is, this is what it's going to take, and it's up to you whether you want to do it or not.
So being able to coordinate, being able to get people in the house on time and get the work done, and deal with the things that you'll find as you go.
All the little ups and downs that we've had, Jim has always been prompt in coming to assist us and fix up what was like with any renovation, the house has to settle. So therefore, there's going to be oopsies every now and then, and every time we've had an oopsie, Jim made himself very available to come and.
You're thinking about the destination. You're thinking about the finished product, and that's, for the homeowner, that's the thing you really have in mind.
And his staff is excellent. I like the people he's had working for him, so I would highly recommend that.